All right, so okay, are we there? Even I can't see any. All right, let me search that again, I guess. Even I can't see any. All right, there we go. We are live. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to solve the LeetCode daily problem 131 palindrome partitioning. So, this is a medium question. Let's read through the question first. So it says, given a string S partition S such that every substring of the partition is a palindrome, return all possible palindrome partitioning of S. Okay. So let's go through the example. We have A, B. We have A, B. Okay. We have A, we have B. All right. So from what I can see, these are the only palindromes. I can't list AB because that's not a palindrome. I can list out individual characters. I don't see any empty array, so that's something that we need to keep in mind. So that's a single character, right? We have A, we have A, we have B, and then we have AA, we have B. Okay. Let's see if we can solve this question with yesterday's knowledge, right? Can we do that? I think yes, we can. It doesn't say it needs to be continuous. So we have AAB. We can take these two A. So let me just try with that example, right? So I'm just adding a new test case. It can be ABA. That'll let us know. I'm just gonna run. Alright, so I can see the expected is ABA. I don't see AA in this. I don't see AA, right? So that's a bit confusing. Okay, so our sub arrays needs to be, oh, this is substring that needs to be continuous. All right. I'm still wondering how to do that. I'm not able to correlate how this is a different array and we have another array AAB, AA, and other string as B. Given a string S partition S such that every substring of the partition is a palindrome, right? So it says given a string S, so this is our string. We have to partition this particular string such that every substring that it has of the partition is a palindrome. Okay, Return all possible palindrome partitioning of S. Okay, but why are there two different arrays? I'm not sure what's this reason for having multiple arrays, kind of like a two-dimensional array, right? Wish we had more explanation on what that means. Let's see if someone figures out in the discussion, I guess. Discussion, let's see if we have something. If you still don't understand the problem, check out these examples. Nice. So we have AAAB. So we have all these single character letters, right? And then we have A at the beginning, and we have AA, and then we have a B. Okay. So we have AA at once, then we have an A, and then a B. And then we have A thrice and a B. Okay, but still, what's happening here? I'm not exactly sure. Can the solution be in any order, or does it need to be in that particular order? Okay, we don't have that explanation either. Or no, we don't have that explanation either. Just thinking that it can be in any order, hopefully. So as far as I can see, this first particular array, right, it has the character repeated like only once, right? We have only single characters, and in the second, as we go forward, we are trying to include like two characters at once, and that's going to be a continuous. And over here I can see that we are including three characters. So the first one is just one character, limited to one character. The second time we're going through, we can go up till two characters, and third we are going till three characters. And whatever is remaining, we can still include that inside our array, right? So for example, B is left out. It's not repeating thrice, but we're still including at the end. Okay. Alright, so let's check out some other example, I guess. So we have A, B, C, A, right? So we have character repeated once, we have twice. And if I go here, I see it's once, and then we go here, we have thrice, and then we have twice. Okay, so that means the order doesn't matter. And then we have four times, right? So I'm still not able to figure out what's up. So B A C A, and then we have A B A C A, right? And then we have A B A. Okay. So for some reason I feel like we are going from backwards instead of coming from forward, right? Trying to get that continuous. Is it a stack? Right. Let's see under the topics, I guess. So we have string dynamic programming backtracking. Oh, right. I don't know dynamic programming much, so A, B, B, A, B. Alright, so we have A, B, B, A, and B. Okay. And then we have A, B, B, A, B. Again, I'd say that's confusing, right? We're having 4. Okay. So for now, I'd just go here, try to iterate, I guess. I will have the main string that I have. Let's take it as is. Then we have the index that I'm currently pointing to. And then we have our kind of substring, right? So what should I take that? Sub. And then we have the result array. I'll just say it, call it result. So how do we do that? So for each time, here's the 1 character, here's 2 characters, here's a 3 character and stuff, right? But at the same time, I would like to consider many different like sub arrays, right? I shouldn't just be like, oh, I got AA, so let's drop that. I should be also focusing on the AA right here, and I should be also focusing on AAA, right? Okay. Oh, where do we have that? I don't see that anywhere. Probably they edited it sometime. Alright, let's go down. So let's see what if you get this question, they don't want to hire you. Alright, LeetCode daily backtracking, right? So this looks like backtracking, right? This also has the topic as backtracking, but at the same time I'm not sure exactly how it's working. We have AAAB at the first, so how do I put it, right? So um I can just go ahead like taking one character, right, at a time. Just like yesterday, we will get that one character out, but then again, um, if I go till the end, and how do I save the string, right? So is it like should I save it as okay? So this thing is going to be a palindrome. So let's add this on, and this thing is not going to be palindrome. So let's not. So let's drop this and start this again. So should I do like that? I'm not exactly sure how should I plan this. So let's think. AAB, we have AA, we have AB, right? AAB, okay. I think we'll need just let me write this. If is what palindrome, right? PALINDROME. So we have is palindrome. Let's write this out. So we have is, we have check if I'm gonna go for I in range of length of s, right? Then I would just go if s of I not equals s of length of s minus I minus 1, right? I would just say return false, else I would just go here return true. So let me check if that works. So we keep iterating. We have s of I not equals to s of length of s minus I minus 1. So if it's 1, currently the 1 and currently let's say I is 1, right? And then we have the length of the string is 5, and then we go 5 minus 1 minus 1, right? So that's basically, there we got the reverse thing, and we return true if that succeeds, else if it doesn't match we return false. So that's a palindrome thing, and there we go here. So what will happen till if we reach the end, right? If index double equals length of s, we would need to check if that particular string is a palindrome, and if it is, then we are updating it inside our result, right? Okay, but I also need to consider the fact that if uh, if that particular length is like 1, or I'm having the count as 2, or I'm having the count as 3, so I might need some additional parameters to pass right here. So how do I need to identify that, and how basically should I plan this, right? A, B, A, C, A, and we have A, B, A, C, A, B, A, C, A. Okay. Ah. Such that every string what EFE, so we have EFE, expected EFE, and we have EFE. It said given a string S partition is in such a way that every string of the partition is a palindrome. Is every string of EFE a palindrome? For example, the EF. I'm very confused about it, right? Me too. What? In every substring of ELE, is every substring of ELE a palindrome? For example, EF. Why are people confused on this? I'm not sure if I'm reading the question properly. Am I reading the question properly? In that case, why EFE is a valid one? What? Alright, I guess let's try to add another, right? Let's do the same thing. We have EFE. Let's run this out. Come on, FE cannot be a palindrome, right? Alright, I'm not returning anything. Comment, return an empty array for now. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, exactly. FE can't be a palindrome. What are people talking about? In that case, why EFE is a valid one? No, it's not. From the statement and the sample test cases, there are only 2 samples, A, B, A. You cannot make a conclusion about EFE. No, what's up? Let's me read that again. Nah. Alright, so that's not helping much. I think these examples provided are the only thing we have right now, and we need to build on top of that, build our logic on top of that. So we have, I'm still confused. How can I let the computer know whether I'm passing the total of 2 variables or 3, right? Do I have parameter? Or if yes, then how should I iterate that thing, right? How should I iterate basically using those? Should I run it thrice because the length is 3 times, I guess? Should I run it 4 times because Okay, so let's go here, check that if that works. So we have A, right? So let's say I'm allowing the maximum of only one character, and I would go here, check A. I will say that is a palindrome, right? So how do I know that? So I need to go till the end, and then I would figure out that okay, so this particular thing is a palindrome, right? Let's try that. Okay. Okay, so let's say we have reached the end, right? So as we reach till the end, I would just go here, kind of check if that particular thing is a palindrome or not, and if it is, then I'm going to update it, and the result is going to be uh, the thing where I will be updating, returning that. Okay, so I might need to add a new parameter saying max, right? So what is it, max element, max elements, right? So okay, I would go here, I will say okay, we have reached till the end with a particular string, right, which is the sub in our case. So we have reached till here. I would say if is palindrome, palindrome, okay, that's the right thing, right? Okay, it is. So we have is palindrome sub, and if that's true, I'm going to update my result dot append of sub, right? And then I would be returning. I gotta stop the execution completely and go to the next. Alright, so how about we if n is double equals to element, right? So we're checking if that's a palindrome, and if it is, then I'm gonna result dot append that thing, and I would also need to change the sub, I guess, right? So I think, oops, my bad. So okay, so one more question I have is, am I passing a reference or the value? It seems like I am passing a value, so I might need to make it as a reference, I guess. So should that work? Okay, in that case I would need to sub of 0, right? And here too, wherever I'm using the sub. Okay, alright, so if we have reached till the end, I'm checking if that particular substring is a palindrome or not, and if it is, then I'm going to update it, right? Okay, now I would go iterate that particular string, right? So as soon as I get it, I'll need to plan right here on what is expected. So what we initially planned was have like different number of iterations for that particular length of string, right? So right here we have AAP, so the string length is 4, so we are taking a max of 3 times, right? So a max length of 3, and passing it into the iterate method, and if that when we compare the whole string, we can directly compare using the is palindrome and don't need to send it to the iterate method. I'm still confused on what to do. So someone says, hi Raghavendra, you say, isn't that a permutation? Let me see. Hey, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not any pro in this, so I'm not exactly sure what is a permutation. So I would just go. Let me look at it. Permutations and LeetCode, right? Whatever that problem is, let me go through something, I guess. Okay, so given an array of distribution, so do we have any entry? Kind of beginner thing. So the permutation that I'm aware is this particular thing. I'm not sure how to implement that in our logic. Can you explain more on what we're going to do here? Let's see. So I have till 9:20, right? So I tried to do solve till 9:20, and if I can't, we're going through the solution together. Permutations, and we have this one. So what do I do here? is it in this one? Hmm. Okay, so Raghavendra says, let's try to take all possible combinations and in that we can filter out palindromes. I don't know whether we can code it or not. So, we can take all possible combinations and in that we can filter out palindromes. So, all right. In that case, we'll shall we try to take like an index I, like lower index and an upper index, and then we would go um, through it, right? So we'll go through it and we can check whether okay, iterate the lower index ones and not iterate the lower index ones, and iterate the higher index ones and not iterate the higher index ones. Not exactly sure how do we arrange that. So in that case we would just go here, right? We will go combinations. Okay, index 2 would be the upper one, right? So over here I would say plus equals to 1, right? And then we go, first we have to increment the index 1. Alright, and then I would say iterate, right? So we go iterate. Am I incrementing it basically? So once I would like to iterate it, like increment it, right? and the other time I would just not increment it. I would go index 1 and then I would go index 2 plus 1 and then I would go sub and then I would go result, right? So now I am third time what I would do is as index plus 1, index 1 plus 1 basically, right? And then we have index 2 plus 1 and we have sub and then we have result. Alright, so first I would like to just observe what's going on here and then we can just go start to see if we get something out of it. Iterate of s is basically the same thing. For index 1 it's going to be 0, for index 2 it's going to be 0, and the sub, right, at the beginning it's going to be 0. For the result I am passing it by, I think the same applies to sub, but yeah, the sub needs to be an array and the result is something that we already have, so just go return result. Alright, so I'm trying to append it right here, so okay, as well as I just go print sub and basically that lets me know what's going on, I guess. So I'll just go run, see what's up. Maximum depth exceed, okay. I think the problem would be I'm crossing the border of index 1, right? So I just go if index 2 and index 1 double equals length of s, so I'll just break it out. Oh, still we are crossing the maximum depth, okay. Alright, so right here we have s, we have index 1 plus 1, we have index 2. Alright, that I'm confused where we are going wrong. So let's take the index 1 as 0 at the beginning, right? So we just go here for the AAB. Okay, so we just go here, we are incrementing that particular index 1 and the index 1 would be right here, and if I am exceeding or reach that or, right, so not an and, my bad. Alright, so that's all the empty arrays that we're getting back, which is okay, my bad, the sub doesn't have anything. Okay, this is not what we want. What we want would be s of index 1, index 2, right? Or what happens if that index 1 is greater than 2? That would be the bad mark, so I'll just need to terminate that. So how about not terminating and not repeating that index itself, I guess. So we would go get the index 2 first, right? Okay, I will need to track that changes, so oh shit. Okay, gonna go index 2 plus equals minus equals 1. Nah, that wouldn't make any sense, but yeah, okay. So right here I would just go with an if case. If index 1 is greater than or equals index 2, right, I would just go break, not return. Okay, and over here I'm going to compare s of index 1 to 2 in the sub. We don't have the sub right now. Do we need the sub? Maybe not, at least for now. I'll just go index 1 to index 2. Okay, so let me see if that works. So do we even need this anymore? We don't. Alright, we don't print anything. That means that it's not getting inside this loop anymore. See. Alright, so run that. Okay, we do have the result. We are passing as we are passing 0 0 as needed. Okay, alright, so each time we build our terminating right here. Okay, my bad. We would be need to change this to 1 instead and run that. Okay, we are removing the sub. Forgot about that. Alright, so we started to see something in the output. Okay, so what's happening here? We have 1 0, which is basically okay. I'd rather have the index 1 right here, index 2 after that. Okay, so we have index 0 1, we have 0 2, we have 1 2, we have 1 2. Okay, so right here I can see the 0 1 for what's the test case. Okay, let me just increase this. Okay, so we have 0 1, we have 0 2, which is AB, AA. Okay, and alright, so here we have AA, right, and then we are still not appending that. We are not calculating it as okay. Alright, I guess I would also need to do this. Wouldn't it be the same kind of loop anymore? So what change do I need to make here, right? I'm not getting much solution, so I'll just go to the editorial. Alright, solution see if okay. So here we go. We have is palindrome function. We have that. So what do they do? We have okay, then we have if left is greater than r, we would check equals 0. Oh, that's just palindrome thing, right? And backtracking to find the valid partitions first start. So we have start, we have that is string itself, then we have start, then we have valids. Alright, so if it is greater than or equals to n, then we are pushing the valids, right? Answer, okay, result. So what we are doing here is running a for loop from end to start. If n is less than start, okay, and end equals start. So we're starting from a particular index, then we are going till the n, which is I think that's the end, right? And then we go and plus plus is palindrome. We have s right here, string start end. If it is, then we are values dot pushback, okay. Starts of string of start -1 plus 1, and then we have an s, and then we have n plus 1 valids. I'm still a bit confused right here. Let's see. So in division, right? So to partition a given string is such that every string is a palindrome, we need to explore all the possible ways to partition the string. The problem can be effectively solved using backtracking if we recursively explore. So he says, Gopi says there's another code in Python. Oh, yup, I think this is the Python. Let me see. Yeah, it is. The code's pretty simple, I guess. Let's take a look. Okay. We have the DFS going on. We have S, we have J, we have path, which is this list of strings. Okay, we have the result. And okay, if j, which is I think that should be the iterator, right? So if the iterator reaches till the end, we are just appending to the path. Okay, and then we go run a for loop j till, so I think that should be, for example, let's take as 0. Okay, and then we'll till we go till the end. So what they're going to do here is, if palindrome of s of j till the end. Okay, n plus I plus 1. All right, let me see that. Okay, so I'm checking till the end, and if that particular stuff is a palindrome, then I am going. Okay, all right. So what's going on here is, basically we're checking if that palindrome is, if that particular string is a palindrome, and then if it is a palindrome, then I'm applying the DFS again. So we're going into that again, and if it's a palindrome, so what we're going to do, right? So we are trying to shorten that particular string and divide it into more bits, more strings, characters, right? So in this case, let's take this example right here, I guess. We have AAAB, right? So we have AAA, right? Till here we have the palindrome, and we'll be trying to find. So let's take this particular string is a palindrome, right? So okay, we have the first character itself as a palindrome. So this will be what? So that particular character will be a palindrome. Then we have s I plus 1 iterate, and then we have path plus. Okay, okay, so I can see we are increasing that index, and we are adding, I think what we're doing here is adding the other character to the DFS, and we are iterating to the next. So if that's a palindrome, I'll keep continue till I reach till the end, if that allows me, and if it does not, so the j would be, let's take, if we reach till here. All right, so I can see what now we have 2 in place of j, right? Okay, so we have 2 right here. We're iterating till the end, and it comes back to this place. So guess I'm still not able to figure out how this works, but I can see that we are keeping on incrementing each particular letter. Okay, and we are checking if that's a palindrome, and if it is, we are still continuing to the next one. And let's say if that is not, right? So let's say we reach till a. So what's going on here? So I'm checking if that's a palindrome, and it becomes no, it's not. Then I would go exit it, right? That's the only thing that has. Then when would I be appending to the path? Alright, I'm still not sure about that. Okay, so yep, we are keep it happening once we reach till the end, I guess, and then we are taking the path, adding one more variable, checking if that's a palindrome, and if it's a palindrome, we are adding to the path, and that's how we are going ahead, I guess, updating the path. We shall go here, check your helper function to check if the substring is a palindrome, backtracking recursive function to partition the substring, partition the string and explore all potential palindrome substrings, path tracking, maintain a current path and update it as we explore different partitions. And the result, once we reach till the end of the string, we add the current path to the result list. So once we reach here, right, and there we would get that string, and there we exit. Alright, so that's how it is, huh? We couldn't solve today's question, but let's hope we can solve tomorrow, right? Alright, see you in tomorrow's live stream.